living your best, prepare for the worst. Cali go make me know it's a must. Then I taxi, they know I'm a boss. We know my mind and me team not the loss. Me team not the loss, 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 me team not the loss.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's your boy Prez. We're out here again. We've been going for a minute, but as you know, things happen. We're back on set for us, the podcast. But by the way, this is a new episode, or this is a new segment. We're going to call it If I Rule Salon. So as you know, I go by the name of President without a T. So just in case, if I rule Salon one day, waiting I go do. So today I did with my man Biggie. I'm for ask him if in rule Salon, waiting in go do. So today, with the talk, if we rule Salon, if any of we rule Salon, waiting we go do. So Biggie, welcome to the show, my man.
Yeah, that's my boy Prez, man. After Aussie podcast, we're doing new things, but we're going to give platform to everybody to bring up their own show. I'm happy that you came up with this concept because the thing that people don't understand is the fact that they don't understand how to rule a country, yeah? So I go by the name of Big Boy Biggs. You already know. You've seen me around, but this is his thing, man. I got to let him have the power and the control of doing shit. But if I become a president, I know what I'll do, so I'll let him handle this conversation. So, Prez, without a T, you pick the country, so you pick Sierra Leone. Let's go, bruh.
All right. So, as we all know, Sierra Leone is a kind of like, Biggie, Sierra Leone is a kind of like a very beautiful country, very small country.
I love it, man. I love it. That's my home.
We've been fortunate to kind of like have an association with that country, either by birth or by, migration or by, you go take citizenship there or whatever it is. So if you call Sierra Leone home, it's a privilege, kind of like calling it home.
It don't matter where you are, man. That's home.
Exactly.
Man.
You know what I mean? Once either they born you there or you begin commode or your mama commode or whatever, one way or another. So the reason why I come up with this show, I say call If I Rule Salon, because of a lot of time a day where we don't go salon, we're in the diaspora, we're overseas.
Yeah.
We go salon maybe 1, 2, 10, either to invest or not to invest. But they come out with a lot of discouragement. You know what I mean? Like you come back, you're so discouraged, like you be like, where should I go?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's all from the governance and how the country is run. That's what makes it a little bit different or a little bit better. So yeah, I'll let you have this shit. This is your thing.
No.
Man.
Honestly, I just want to forget you. I just want to forget you on your point of view.
So
like I get me your point of view as a kind of like citizen of the country. Go ahead, Biggie.
So me and you spoke a few times about the things you're doing in Freetown, yeah?
Yeah.
And I was happy, but I was disappointed.
Yeah.
At the same time, I felt like you've been burned by the country, yeah?
Yeah.
So the whole reason why you brought this concept about if I become the president of Freetown, what would I do to make it better for everybody?
Yeah.
Because the thing about people...
Not Freetown, Sierra Leone.
Yeah, let's talk about Sierra Leone, for a second.
Yeah.
So people in that country don't see the country... me and you see the country differently, yeah?
Yeah.
But there are things the government should do, and there are things that people should do. Yeah?
Okay.
So you have a bad experience. I never really invest my money in Freetown. I invest my money in buying asset, in buying things in the country, yeah? But in business-wise, I never put money into business because I never believe... one thing what I believe about Salon, yeah?
Yeah, tell me.
If you know that
They happy. Why?
your money in a garbage. So I already knew that from day one. So I don't invest in any business, but I invest in asset. Like, there are a few things I'm doing in Freetown, yeah?
Okay.
So you would not invest in Freetown, and if this is your segment, yeah? If you're not the president of the country, what's that the little things that they do, we're going to make the country better?
Yeah, so for me personally, yeah. I don't go to Sierra Leone a couple of times. Since I left there when I was young, yeah.
But before we even get into this, let me just break you right there.
Tell me.
So you are Liberian Sierra Leonean. Let the people know.
But I told them before. The people already know.
No, but let's do it again. This is your segment. This is a brand new segment. You gotta educate the people again, bro.
So this is what it is about Africa, yeah?
Yeah.
So I was born.
Yeah, keep going.
I was born in Liberia,
Yeah.
and our ancestors came from Sierra Leone. Well, my ancestors came from Sierra Leone.
Okay.
Yeah?
So you
Now,
cross over.
my mother is indigenous Liberian. For people that don't know, now you know. I'm a Pele ball.
Yeah.
You know.
You're a pellet.
A Pele ball, man. We love the red. Peace out. You know what I mean? So
That's why I'm using the red mic, bro. Represent.
yeah, a Pele ball, my man. You know, so but we grew up in Sierra Leone. We love country. We love those two countries. I love those two countries. Yeah.
It's a beautiful place to be, man, bro.
Yeah.
Be real, bro.
So we're talking about Sierra Leone today because I don't go salon. I'm a Mende from Sierra Leone. You know what I mean? I came from a whole chiefdom in Sierra
Like, I'm Mende me. I'm Mende all the time. Man.
Mende mo me age. So gugu abana juma so alo na no gansa na ti call.
Chikolo. So why too?
But na juma so ma mu buena. But that aside, Sierra Leone, if I rule Sierra Leone, the reason why I make I say if I rule Sierra Leone, this whole concept here is like for the past 65 years?
Yeah, but,
Independence.
yeah, but I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying. Okay,
Yeah,
let's give or take 60 years. I gotta get myself
Let's go 60. Let's go 60.
60 years independent, right?
Yeah.
In Sierra Leone. Like we just don't go backwards. And then unfortunately, you get two parties in Africa where they rule the country.
That's the way it's always been all over the world now.
No, that's how it's been. Like most countries, you have parties, political parties.
Yeah.
They are bounce off each other. Yeah, they go bounce. Today go be in Australia, so they liberal labor. But we're seeing the changes. It's waiting to change.
Yeah, things are changing. That's the beauty.
And
That's
you
the
get
difference.
independence, which means the independent parties
Yeah.
are coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sierra Leone, SLPP, APC, they don't rule with for so long. Nothing gonna happen. Regardless, we go backwards.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
But it's for me personally, to be honest with you,
Tell me.
the way I see Freetown,
Sierra Leone.
because the way I see Sierra Leone, let me tell you, Prez.
Yeah.
My personal experience and what I'm seeing in social media and what I'm seeing the government is doing, I look at it differently. Because for me, I work in corporate environment. Yeah, I see the difference between a political party and I see a system and a structure. Yeah. So if you look at APC, APC is for the people. They put money in people's pocket. SLPP is about building a structure. About how we make money. But most of the time, when you build a structure, people don't see the benefit in it. Yeah? People
Who's building a structure, you said?
Yeah, they're building a structure.
Who's building structure?
SLPP always build structures.
Okay, and APC?
APC put money in people's pocket.
Okay, what's it? How can you...
So let me tell you the difference.
Yeah.
When APC is in power, the country is a vibe. The country is fun. There's money flowing in the country. Guess what? Because the money going in individuals' pocket. Yeah? When you build a system, nobody sees the money. But you're building a system that will work for the next 25, 30, 40, 50 years, yeah? The misconception between APC and SLPP is SLPP is a great party for the... APC is a great party for the people. The country is more vibe, it's more fun. People go out, spend money, blow money because there's money in your pocket, yeah? SLPP build a system, a framework, yeah? If you look at overseas where we are right now, it's all about framework. Framework is the point we need to actually focus on in Africa. Because framework is something that you build and you leave it, right? When you leave, another party comes in, they continue the framework. For example, yeah? So whoever came up with the reason to fine people for over speeding, yeah? The speed cameras, yeah? These are revenue generated, the toll roads. These are revenue generated from a private entity that have a framework that continues to flow in and around the country, yeah? But if you look at, say, money going in my pocket, bro, I can go out and have the greatest time because I have access to free money. I was in Freetown APC time, I'm in Freetown in SLPP time.
I'd love to listen to
But
this.
I'll let you say what you need to say. But for me personally,
Biggie.
the way I look at it, yeah, Prez, the way I look at it, I was in Freetown 2 years ago, yeah? There was no flow in the country. The money in the streets was dead. But when you look at the framework, like the healthcare system, the road network, like these things were being built, yeah? But you don't see immediate benefit out of it. You know why? Because the system. System doesn't benefit. If I'm making 20 cents over 500 years, and you're making $10 over 2 years, I would take 50 cents over 200 years. But Freetown, my people, they look at the short-term benefit.
Okay.
Long-term benefit is not what they want. But all these overseas countries you've been to, right?
Yeah.
It's built on long-term benefit, long-term profit. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I see it. That's my observation. But APC is in power, bro. We can go to Freetown. We can be in the clubs every night. We can have the greatest time that we want.
Okay, Biggie.
But what's the foundation? What we building?
Biggie.
That's how I look at it.
Biggie.
That's my opinion.
Biggie. We are Sierra Leoneans.
Right. Every day.
And you and I know that Sierra Leone is failing.
Yeah.
Sierra Leone is a country with 7 million people, and they cannot have the system or the government, that the ruling government, regardless of
What party?
20 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. 10 million people with all your natural resources, and you cannot have that in order.
But that's my point.
So, go ahead, sorry.
My point is, if we build a system.
That's what I'm saying. You can tell me if you rule Sierra Leone. Don't talk if like
Okay.
this is you.
If I was the leader of
yes,
that,
what will you do? This
if
is what
I-
it's here. If you
okay,
rule
if I
Sierra
was
Leone,
ruling
what will you
Freetown
do?
right now-
you already know. You already know the lapses the country have. You already know what's not working. So you, as an individual, big boy, Biggie, they call you. You go and say, okay, I want to be the fair blara for SLPP or APC.
Minister of Finance, that's my shit.
Or you go to Sierra Leone, the independent party.
I can't do a party. This is the thing I always tell people, Prez.
This is you just imagining. This is
Yeah,
imagination.
Prez, let me tell you something that people don't understand, yeah? Let me tell you something people don't understand.
Tell me.
All over the world, there are two-party system.
Yeah.
All over the world.
Yeah.
You can be an independent party. You can never succeed. There's Labour, there's Liberal. Yeah? In Australia.
But you can.
There's independent, there's Democrats.
Yeah.
There's APC, there's all over the world is the two-party system. That's just the way it's been. I don't know how and why it keeps happening, but I can tell you right now, if you go to any country in the world, it's always been two-party system. That's fixed. Now, my point is, I can pick a party I want to join because I'm not a loser. I want to go to the winning party, yeah?
Okay.
If I choose APC, it's because we have the same philosophy. If I pick SLPP, it's because I have the same philosophy.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to go on wax here and say, I believe in what SLPP does for two reasons. Because they build a system and it's all about immediate gain. This is why our country has been lacking. Let me take you back to President Ahmed Tijan, yeah?
Okay. SLPP.
SLPP. He was the best president we ever had in that country.
Okay.
Let me tell you why.
Why?
Some of the facilities, some of the systems is built, yeah? And it's by Karuma,
Yeah.
benefited for all of the system that he built, yeah? Now, if we're looking at progressive, yeah? We need to build a system. If this party comes in, he continues the same system.
I don't want you to talk about what these other people gonna do.
No, but that's what I mean. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do.
Tell me.
What I'll do. This is me. This is me and you, Prez, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm very passionate. I love this country. This is my home. This is my people.
Yeah.
I don't want to see us struggle.
If you rule Sierra Leone, what will you do? What will you
First thing
change?
is first.
Yeah.
I let the people control. I listen to the people
Yeah.
because I'm a people's person. But at the same time, you got to understand, our people want to succeed. They want to survive.
Yeah.
Survival is the key, yeah?
Yeah.
Why would I compromise a system that's going to benefit generations, unborn generations, to benefit people that are going to be here for 2-3 years or 10, 20 years? Think about it. A lot of people in the Freetown right now, they talk about, hey, I want to build a house. They want you to benefit them. What about your children, your grandchildren?
Okay.
Me, if I become a president right now, I'll build a system that's not going to benefit the people that are existing right now. It's not going to benefit for the next 5-10 years. I want to build a system that's going to make the country is going to be in a place where everybody succeed. So I build a system that, right, think about this, yeah? Prez, have you paid taxes in Freetown?
Yes, I do.
You pay taxes in Freetown?
Some people don't, but I do because of
No.
my engagements in the country.
99.9% of people in Freetown don't pay taxes.
Don't pay taxes. No,
Yeah? Do we have speed cameras?
Do we need speed cameras though?
But do we have road rules?
We don't. Okay, so these rules.
So how do you think a government is going to generate income to sustain the country? Tell me how the government is going to get money.
Okay,
forget about foreign investment. Talk to me.
Biggie.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me the question right now, like how Sierra Leone gonna get money, I'll tell you how Sierra Leone.
How do we make money as a country?
So as a country, I'm a leader of Sierra Leone.
Mm-hmm.
I know that my mandate is to maybe give the people a constant energy.
Yeah, education.
Which is light.
Mm-hmm.
So, number one.
Basic. That's basic.
Basic, right? I'll give them light. I'll give them water supply.
Yeah. That's basic too.
I'll give them good roads.
That's basic.
Yeah. And these are the things the country is lacking.
But why?
Why? The reason why the country is lacking in those aspects of things, because they rely on donations.
On foreign aid.
Okay? Biggie, if I rule Sierra Leone, I take control of the mines, the natural resources the country have.
Which we have a plenty
because
of.
That's the only thing we have.
That's the only way you're going to get out of it.
Pay our bills.
Yeah.
We cannot rely on the citizens paying tax. There are countries in the world. On
foreign aid.
There are countries in the world that the citizens don't pay tax.
Bro, plenty.
They don't rely on the small corner shop guy go pay tax. That ticket where they give. Remember where they sell Kurata, somebody come from city council.
Yeah, city council, the guy give you ticket. Yeah, you pay.
And the person else go come pass. You check if you get the ticket, you don't get the ticket. You cannot rely on that.
That's my point.
Okay. So Sierra Leone, I become the president. The the mining sector will not be privatized. It will be run by the state. And the government and the runner.
Yeah.
Then what I go do? Create agencies then. Even say if the government don't run the mining company themselves, you create agencies there where they monitor the private sector. What I mean by monitoring the private sector? Right now, we get huge amount of diamond where they come out Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
We get huge amount of rutile where they come out Sierra Leone. We get huge amount of bauxite where they come out Sierra Leone, to name a few. Which organization in Sierra Leone that is keeping tabs on that?
But this is my point. My point, Prez, you gotta understand, if we have a structure in the system, a foundation in place. No, but my point is, if we have a system and a structure in place, guess what it does?
So who needs to put the structure in place?
The
so
government.
The guys are not doing that. That's what I'm saying. This is why this.
Okay,
this
let me
is
ask
like
you.
this.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I go to Freetown, I drive around and do my shit. I do my thing.
Yeah.
I'm a tourist. I do my thing. Yeah. The problem has always been about people don't respect the law.
Okay, Biggie.
And the law, the people that are supposed to enforce the law wants money in the pocket.
Biggie.
A police come and say you don't drive on the wrong side of the road because I drive on the opposite side here. And then when I go there, I don't even know how to drive in the country, yeah? And they pull me over, yeah? Yeah, no, let's be realistic.
Yeah,
and they give me a ticket. And this guy that pulled me over gave me a ticket. You know what he wants?
What?
He wants money in his pocket. And I say, you know what? You don't have to go to the police station. I give you X amount of dollars. You put in your pocket. I give you $20, $25, $30. You put in your pocket. Yeah. How is the government making money? Because I'm giving you Prez. I'm giving you money.
Biggie.
Why? No, Prez. You gotta understand.
Yeah.
I am giving you money.
Yeah, Biggie.
You have a salary. That your job is to make sure.
Bro, but this is the problem I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
but it's
when you know this, you've lived overseas, you live abroad. We're in Australia, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the way it should be.
You cannot go and try to bribe an officer here, a police officer that just pull you over. You know why? Because he's well paid.
No, bro. I get more money than the fucking police officer and the fucking army. I get more money than all these people, man.
Biggie.
But that's the reality. You gotta think about it.
Biggie, what I'm trying to say.
It's the reality.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say.
You get paid more than the police officer on the road.
Where? In Australia?
In Australia.
But some people don't get paid more than them.
But this is the point.
But in Sierra Leone, we're talking about Sierra Leone here, right?
No.
The average man, the average brother, even a good tinap na domot, any side, even a cleaner na salon, they get more money than the police officer.
No.
Bro, how much should they pay? This is the thing.
People join the police force. No, Prez, you gotta understand.
Yeah.
People join the police force. People join the army.
Yeah, in Sierra Leone.
Yeah. One, they have power. Two, they can take money and put it in the pocket.
Because
It's not the government.
There, bro.
But if I give you 30,000 leons, yeah, in your pocket, and the crime that I commit costs $80,000, yeah? Why would I take 30 in my pocket and not allow the state to have 80,000 in the bank? But this is the thing, because people are fucking greedy and selfish.
No,
Prez, trust me, it's the greed and the selfishness that doesn't allow us to get to the next level. These police officers are getting paid. They're getting money.
How much is the wage of a police officer?
Bro, let's say police officers are getting, say, based on whatever they do, police officers are getting like more money than the civil servant that works in the government.
Biggie.
No, I'm being serious. The police officers get more money than a civil servant. But you know what the police do? They're like, the traffic officers get more money. So, you know why when you join the police, you know what you do? Prez. When you join the police, you know what you do?
You want for be traffic officer.
No, when you join the police, you know what you do?
What?
You join the police and you say I want to be a traffic officer. You know why?
Yeah, because they get bribery.
Because they side money, bro.
But this is what we need to get rid of here. Biggs. All of these things that are happening in Sierra Leone, that's why the country is not progressing.
What I'm saying to you, Prez, my brother.
So do you think? Remember, this is if you rule Sierra Leone, yeah?
This is what I think.
If you rule Sierra Leone, and you know all these things are happening, and it's taking Sierra Leone nowhere, and these two parties have been representing us for the past 60 years. And matter of fact, APC don't rule more than SA people don't rule
That's
that country.
Exactly
You know
the
what I mean?
point. I'm using red mic.
Regardless, man, I get me uncle in our politics right now. You know what I mean? But they're doing shit job. They are doing shit job.
It's 50-50, bro.
Biggie, if I rule Salon, what's I go do, bro?
Let's talk about politics, yeah? Let's talk about
This is all about politics.
Let's talk about
this is about politics. This is about, if you rule Salon, what do you want to see different?
Okay, Prez.
And by the way, the people that watch, yeah, you can always get back to us. You can DM us and things like that.
What do you think? What do you think should be? Yeah.
If you want to come be part of the show, if you get some opinion, if you get some,
and we can put you on the phone as well, so you can be on the set.
We want for contribute. You know, get in touch with us. You know, send us an email, send us a DM. We'll get back to you. So this is all about. If you rule Sierra Leone, you might not be a Sierra Leonean.
And we love our country, so we want to improve our country.
But you might not even be a Sierra Leonean, but if you think something is going wrong, something can be better.
In the African community.
Let us know. Biggie. Sierra Leone is a mess right now. Will you agree or disagree?
I would disagree. It's not a mess.
It's not a mess. What are you happy with right now in Sierra Leone?
Based on what I see every day and what I see is happening in the country and the government, the structure they're putting together, they're trying to put a structure together.
What structure are you trying to put together? In what industry are they trying to do?
Forget about industry.
What structure?
They're trying to create a system. Now, they think people don't understand is that when you create a system, a structure, is that a system is something that runs over 30, 40, 50, 60 years, yeah?
Yeah, what system? LCPP,
say for example,
be exact.
Say for example right now, the road networks, they're reviewing all the contract that APC has signed, yeah? The second thing is they're reviewing the civil servants, yeah? The hospital system, the medical system has been reviewed. You look at, there are so many frameworks being put together to structure the country so to the next president, whether it's APC or SLPP or UNDP or Umkela's people, whatever that party is called. But my point is, if you build a structure and people come in and follow the same thing, in Australia there's two rules, yeah? There's a federal, there's a state, yeah?
There's a federal, state, there's local government.
Yeah, perfect. Now let's forget about local. Local is just in the suburbs, yeah?
Yeah.
But the federal system is forever. If I sign a contract for a federal system, the next party that comes in continues with that same process, yeah? If you sign a local or a state type of agreement, it's only for your state, right? But the thing that we have in Africa or in Sierra Leone specifically, when you have a new president, he cancels everything and then starts a brand new process. How do we progress?
But that's when you know democracy doesn't work in Africa.
It's
bro.
democratic. It's
Democracy
democratic.
doesn't work in Africa, cuz.
So that's not democracy, Prez.
But no, listen to me. This party, the white people came and tried to push democracy onto us.
I'm talking about white people.
But
man.
listen, Biggie.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to say on this show, yeah. If football show the world can change, because we've been sitting back watching it happen for the last 60 years, and nothing's really changing here. So democracy, which they try to practice in Africa, especially in Sierra Leone, doesn't work. It doesn't work because just what you just said, right? APCs in government, they come, they have a deal to do a road.
Yeah.
They have a deal to kind of like have a new mining company coming in, and then this mining company coming, and then because they have the mediator that was there was maybe a SAPP man, and then when the party was sitting, and then he was getting his own little commission, and then
Side money.
side money, and then APC come in power, and then that middleman have to go. And then, whatever they had in place doesn't stay.
Let me ask you.
Because that doesn't stay, because the parliament doesn't even function properly.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah. You control everything that happens in your household. Yeah.
Yeah.
In your house, the government is out, but in your house, you control everything. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. If you know something is wrong in your own household, what do you do in that household?
Biggie.
What do you do in your household? Say, for example, your electricity bill is normally $300. Yeah? And then you see it go to $700. Yeah? What do you do in your household?
Check what's different. You check
what's new, what's right, what's wrong.
New,
Yeah?
what's not happening. Yeah.
Now, the question I got to ask you is, let's assume your household is Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
Yeah? The country that if I was the president.
Yeah.
The first question I ask my people is, why are we not progressing? Yeah?
Yeah.
This is my home. This is my country. I own this
But
shit.
that's the question we've been asking.
But that's my point. My point is, this is my household now. I need to review everything.
Yeah. You're the president.
I'm the president right now.
Yeah.
Now, the first thing I would do, review everything that happens in the country.
Yeah.
For me personally, the second thing I would do is put a system in place. So that way, everybody that works within that space know exactly what to do, what I want, and this is my home. If you're gonna go for a shower, you have to shower for 5 minutes. If you're gonna cook pasta, you need to make it for 2 minutes. If you're gonna make whatever you need to do in the house to accumulate more bills, there is a timeline to how you do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, this is how we fail in Africa. This is my opinion. In Sierra Leone specifically.
Yeah.
How we fail in Sierra Leone is okay. I know you, Prez, for example. Oh yeah, he's my cousin. I'm gonna do whatever I want. And he's gonna let me do it.
Yeah.
All right? And then you do dumb shit. Right? And then I let you go. Yeah? You're my cousin, you're my brother. I'm not gonna let you go to jail. Yeah? And then my uncle comes in, he does the same shit.
But fuck up, put my dad to jail.
No. But when you put your foot down to a different person, you know what's gonna happen? But this person did A, this person did B, this person did C, you didn't do anything to them. But why is he doing this exactly the same thing, but you're trying to take action? So your own people around you need to understand what's right, what's wrong. That's the first step. If I become a president, I'll punish my own family first. Yeah. So people know exactly this man is not gonna let me fly with some dumb shit.
How will you punish your family? Say you become a president. Sierra Leone landscape, yeah. The party system there is tribal based, it's family based. Yeah? Most likely in my generation, if I was in Sierra Leone, would be my age mate, my age group will be all Mende guys. Yeah,
your friends.
Some of them will be my cousins, some of them will be my
uncle, friends of uncle, aunties, cousins, aunties, boyfriends, girlfriends, friend.
And then you become a president. And then you realize that your cousin have studied accounting, and then you'd be like, okay, I'll make you Minister of Finance.
Yeah.
You fuck up. What will you do to him?
This is what I'll do. I'll fire you the fuck on the spot. 2 reasons why I'll fire you.
He fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah?
The question is,
What will you do?
You got to ask yourself two questions. Firstly, was he trying to improve the current state that created the fuck up?
No. He fucked
No.
up.
This is I'll evaluate.
Well, you're gonna employ him. He's gonna be trying anyway. But when around the time he's trying, he fuck up.
This is my point. That's what I'm saying.
What will you do?
Okay, what is the mistake? Were you trying to improve the current state? If it's a yes, it's a genuine fuck up. Yeah? Did you fuck up because you want to put money in your pocket? If you fuck up because you want to put money in your pocket, you're gone. Like bang, bang, you're gone.
I'm recording.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Biggs,
Mm-hmm.
back at it again. My question was to you,
Mm-hmm.
which I really want to know. If you were given a chance
Mm-hmm.
to rule Sierra Leone, what
Yeah.
would you do? What would you change? And as you know, Sierra Leone is not the best place right now.
Oh, definitely.
And for us to have it the way we want it, or the way you personally dream and visual Sierra Leone, what will you do differently?
All right. The first thing is first, for me personally, I think the internet and the social engagement and social media is very, very important.
Okay.
We got to put the country online.
Okay.
Now, when I say the country goes online, I want to be able to order things from America, Turkey, China. They get to my country in like 5-6 days.
Okay.
The internet needs to be accessible to everybody. Because if you think about it, news travels via internet. Yeah?
21st century.
And if the internet is not in the country, guess what? The news is limited to the rich and the famous people that have access to all these facilities. So for the everyday man in the village to have access to all this information, they need to have the internet.
Okay.
That's one. Number two, for me personally, I need to build a framework. Now, when I say build a framework is that we don't have any system or any way for the government to generate revenue.
Okay.
Now, we want the government to do A, B, C, and D, right? But how did they generate revenue to do X, Y, A, B, C, and D? Right? Like, for example, like the traffic system, the traffic light, the fines, all that type of stuff. How many fines do you pay in this country, man? Let me ask you, you've been here for what? Over 20 years, yeah? Or 20 years, let's say. Just give me an estimate how much fines you've paid.
I've paid a lot of fines.
Have you paid more than $10,000 in fine in like the last 20 years?
I've paid a lot of fines.
More than that.
My dad wouldn't be proud of, but I've paid a lot of fines.
No, I don't want your pops to listen to this.
Yeah.
But that's my point. If you have 20,000 people, everybody paying $1,000 each in fines, yeah?
Okay.
Over 10 years. Yeah? That's $40,000.
So is that
That's
what will you
40 million. No.
That's what will you do if you become a president of Sierra Leone?
But that's what I'm saying. That's the second thing I would do. Is to find a way for the government to generate revenue from people that are committing something that is wrong, that's putting people at risk, like the accident, the road incident that happens. Like so many accidents happen in Freetown.
Yeah.
That's number two.
Okay.
Number three, I will make sure the country is ruled and every decision is made by the people. Now, let me tell you how.
Okay.
How do I get the people to be involved in decision making?
Tell me.
Now, a lot of people in Sierra Leone, right, don't care about what the people had to say. You know why? Because they're not next to the people. I'll go onto the street. I hear what the people want, what the people say. And I make a choice. Now, I look at the KK guys are in the city.
Yeah.
The bikes are in the city. The taxis are losing money, yeah? That's very, very important because the movement of the people is very, very important. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, okay.
Like here, the trains. When there's a train strike, 80% of people go to work late.
Yeah.
So we need to work out the transport system, transportation, the movement. The country needs to be ruled by the people. Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
That's number three. Number four, for me personally, the fourth most important thing is the basic necessities like the water,
Okay.
electricity. Has to be good. Because most of electricity, if you don't have light, how do you get access to the news? How do you get access to the basic things you need to know about your own country? You don't even know what's happening in your own country.
Yep.
Why? Because you don't have access to the internet. You don't have access to the light. You don't have access to the water, right? So for your children, how do they study? How do they get educated? What's the after school care? Yeah?
So, yeah.
And then the fifth, which is what I think is very close to me personally, is to allow the people to be themselves.
So you think Sierra Leone is not having that right now?
Sierra Leone is way. How many times you go to Freetown, you go to people and you talk about. You see, politics is very different. People look at politics like, oh, I like this party. I don't care what they're doing wrong, right? Because they don't see what's happening on TV. Yeah?
Okay.
If I don't see what you're doing wrong, how would I know you're doing something wrong? If I don't see what you're doing right, how would the other person know that you're the right party for the country?
But this is what it is, Biggie, and this is what I'm trying to say. Like, Sierra Leone, even if you take it out of politics, you don't want to talk politics about Sierra Leone. You just want to say, I want us to actually on this channel, if I rule Salon, I want us to kind of point out the things that Sierra Leone is lacking, and how can things be improved. Yeah, we spoke about the transport, the internet, right? I'm a sitting president ruling over less than 10 million people with natural resources over billions of dollars.
You know what I look at natural resources? I call it secondary.
Why?
Because, Prez, if you don't have access to the internet, how are you going to know what your country has?
Okay, well, Biggie.
But the question is,
Biggie,
how do you know?
You are the leader.
I know what it is.
You are the leader of the country. Before you even give these people the internet, right? Before you bring internet to them, they need to be able to send a child to school. They need to have a job. They need to be able to pay medical bills. They need to go to the hospital free of charge. And how that's going to happen?
That's my point.
It comes to the natural resources. Listen to me, Biggie. Sierra Leone only have the natural resources for them. That's the only thing they have going for them. Nothing else. They don't even have a system in place. They don't even have a system in place right now.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Yeah, you go to your little African village. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you find a gold or diamond. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say you found like pure, clean diamond. Yeah. That's 24 karat.
Yeah.
The market value is let's just say the market
20,000.
value. Let's say 20,000. Yeah. But you don't even know how to evaluate what. No. You don't even know the value of what you have in your hand.
Yes, because you know
because you don't have the internet.
Yes, you don't have the internet.
That's why I say it's secondary. Because if I have the internet, guess what? The Chinese guy. Wait. This is Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
The Chinese guy or the Turkish guy is not gonna come to me and undervalue my diamond for $5,000.
Okay.
Because I have the internet, yeah? If a Chinese guy come to me or a Turkish guy, which is Chinese is running Africa, like Sierra Leone, Chinese people are taking over. If a Chinese guy comes to me, I have a diamond that's worth $20,000, yeah? A Chinese guy comes to me, I say, oh, what you have is only valued at $5,000. I'll look at him in the face and say, guess what?
No, I'm not going to sell it to you.
You're lying to me. No. Firstly, you're lying to me.
Yeah.
Secondly, the value is $20,000, yeah? You know why? You know how I know it's $20,000?
Tell me.
Because I have the internet. Because I can put 24 karat pure white diamond of X amount of size with X amount of dimensions is going to get me $25,000. Yes. Yeah? The reason why the Lebanese people and the Chinese people are able to manipulate our people to undervalue the asset that they have because we don't have the internet. Well, so if you have a gold and if you have a diamond that's like $70,000, yeah, you don't have the internet, and somebody pull up to you in your whole life, the highest money you've ever touched is $5,000. Yeah. And somebody rocks up to you, you have a $70,000 item in your hand, and somebody pull up in your house and say, this is what $20K. And the highest money you've seen is $5,000. And you're getting 15 more than what you've ever seen. You know what you're gonna say?
You're gonna say, okay.
And where does the money go? Out of the country. And who benefits from the money?
The foreigners.
That's my point. If we have the internet, well, we know the value of what we have. One thing about why do you go to work, you go to a job, and then they offer you $20 an hour, and you say, no, I don't want this job. Because you know the value of that job, yeah?
No, because the government have put in place a minimum wage.
No, but because you know. Yes. And you know too. Government can put in place, but if you don't know, you don't know.
So I'll tell you what.
Anybody can tell you, hey, everybody gets paid like $10,000.
Sierra Leone have the internet.
No, bro.
It's not accessible to everybody.
That's my point.
Okay, so what you're trying to say, I'll tend to disagree with you on this one. Sierra Leone already have the internet. It's not available to everybody, which we know.
Yeah.
So even if the internet is available to everybody in Sierra Leone, over, give or take, I tend to be correct on this one. You can let me know in the comment section. But give or take, I reckon over 50% of our Sierra Leoneans are uneducated.
You see, this is the thing though. If you have a family of 20 people, yeah? Yeah? You have a family of 20 people. I guarantee you, out of that 20, there is at least 5 people that knows what the system is, what
That's
the internet
50%.
No. If you have family of 20 people,
20,
not
that's
percentage.
That's 1.5% of the whole population.
No, forget about public. I'm talking about your family.
That's your
forget
family.
Forget about the whole country.
Okay.
You have a family of 20 people. Worst case scenario, you have at least 4 or 5 people that knows how to use the internet. Yeah. If you found a diamond that's worth $100,000, and then you transparency, you show everybody in your community, say, hey, let's say in your household, your family. I tell you, out of that 20, you have 5 people that knows what the value is. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have access to the internet. Okay. Some Lebanese do to pull up in your house, which is unfortunate. Like they run the country in terms of that type of business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Say, I want to pay you $50,000. And your nephew or your child will be like, nah, I've been on the internet. That diamond is worth $100,000. The minimum we can take is $90,000. Yeah? You get that value.
Biggie.
But if we don't have, Prez. If those kids don't have access to the internet, how do they even know the value of these things, bro?
Biggie. You don't need to leave that to a kid or a family member that have the internet or have that knowledge.
Yeah.
This should be, you are trying to inspire these people as a leader.
But that's my point. My point is I need to give them internet.
You need to give them internet, which is
I
fine.
need internet into the village.
Which is fine.
Internet goes into the village. Africa,
the village.
Sierra is different.
In terms of the natural resources you're talking about,
Yeah.
I will set up what we call a hub in every village or every second or third village or in every district. It's a government run hub that will pay at least over 50% of whatsoever a small miner find. You don't take it to the Lebanese guy. Listen to me, bro. Listen.
Bro, that's the reason why we fail in Africa.
You don't take it to the Lebanese guy. You don't take it to the Indian guy. You know that the government agency...
Nobody cares about it. Nobody likes the government.
This is what you're going to do because nobody loves the government right now.
I don't care about the government.
Listen, you are the government, Biggie.
I'm the leader. So
you're the government.
Prez, you need to be independent.
You are the government. If you're the leader, you're the government, Biggie.
You live in Australia,
So listen to me, Biggie.
No, Prez, you live in Australia,
Biggie. This is what I would do.
Okay, go on.
I will set up a hub in every district, right? And ensure and guarantee every local miner that comes in that went to mine and find anything, they say diamond or gold or whatever. Those are the two maybe small things you can get. You might not be taking buckets of rutile or buckets of fucking iron ore. So the two main small ones commodities you can move, gold and diamond. We have a hub in every district in Sierra Leone, which is 12 districts in Sierra Leone. Yeah. You find your diamond, you find your gold. You don't get your gold a little bit. You bring kind the government run agency, the government hub, and we'll pay you at least 70% of the market value internationally. That's what you put in place. You don't need to laugh about this. This is what you as a government, that's what you put in place.
Nah, you're still cheating. What 30%? Who gets the 30%, bro?
The government get the 30%, that's your tax.
Nah, that's wrong, man.
What will you do?
This is
you leave it to Lebanese people. That's what you just said.
No.
What will you do?
I give access to the internet to everybody.
And then who would they sell it to?
You can evaluate. This is my point. This is the thing that you don't understand.
Tell me.
My point is, if you have access to the internet, you know the value of what you have.
Yes, okay, yes, that's
It's
fine.
business.
Yes, you got access to the internet.
Bro, if I'm better,
yes, you got access to the internet.
Listen. If I'm a better negotiator than you, if I know the value is 100,000, and I'm a better negotiator than you, and I'm able to finesse you and get 120,000 from you, it's my fucking money. I'm happy to pay the taxes. Tax is 10%. What we take 30? What's 20%? Bro, here you pay GST what? No, wait. Here we pay GST of 10%. Why do you want to keep 30%? 20% is a differential. Why?
So give us.
So you're cheating your people again too?
We'll give them 80%. We'll give them 80%.
Bro, no, I don't care.
How much percentage we'll give them? We'll give them. We'll
You
give them
see,
a market
the problem with
value of
Africa
90%.
is we need to have
We'll give
independence.
them a market.
No, no.
Let's give them 90%.
No, my guy.
Of the market value.
My guy, you're still controlling the people. I want to give my people full independence of what they want to do.
So what would they do? What would they do? So
If you know
somebody in Kono go and pick up a diamond. What would
Prez,
they take it?
this cup is worth 20,000.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is the value, market value. Yeah?
Where will we get 20,000?
Wait.
Where will we get 20,000 for that cup?
This cup is worth 20,000.
Where would
Just
they pay you
wait.
20,000 for
Let
that
me
cup?
break it down for you, brother.
Okay, tell me.
This is 20,000. Yeah, this is a cup is worth 20,000.
Yeah.
Yeah? If the government is going to take it off me for, say, 15,000, that's 5K differential, yeah? So the evaluation of mine. If you know the value, I know the value, she knows the value, everybody knows the value, guess what? You're not going to finesse me for 15K. Yeah? But wait. If I am a better businessman, I am a better finesser than you, I know the value is 20K, I'm going to finesse you for 25. Yeah? Let's assume this is a foreign investor.
That's a waste of
Wait.
time, bro. That's what we're talking about.
Let's assume this is a foreign investor. He comes in and I say, this is 25. And he's like, yeah, it's 20. I'm like, okay, give me 19. Yeah? He pays for... No, wait. He pays foreign tax because he's buying investment in Africa. And guess what? You get your 10%. I'm a citizen. I pay 10% to you. The government makes more money. So the reason why overseas... The reason why Australia and only in the part of the world is being successful is that everybody have access to the same fucking information. If you don't know how to get to it, it's your fucking loss. But the point is, we all know the value of what we have in our hands. Yeah? You go to a job, they're gonna pay you $20,000. You're like, fuck you, I want a new job. I'm gonna get 30K from somebody else. You take your talent somewhere else. But if you as a leader, you're gonna limit your people to the confines of you having the control.
No, Biggie.
Africa is not gonna break out of the box because you still have the box on top of it.
What's Sierra Leone in right now?
Bro, Sierra Leone is the internet. Information is very important.
We're talking about waiting salon once.
Yeah.
If you are the president right now, you get 10 million people, less than 10 million people for govern, get a better life.
Yeah.
Forget a better life. Waiting you go do. If you ask me that question, they tell me, let answer this question from people there. Yeah? And then the reason why I say, you talk about the natural mineral, the natural resources. We spoke about that. Yeah. What I try to say to you, Biggie, is that Sierra Leone, they make money or pay the public servants. The public servants is being paid by the government, the federal government. The federal government get money by the natural resources the country produce, and the GDP and taxes being paid to the government. That's it. Africa countries, especially Sierra Leone, we rely on going and beg. This is my point, right? We have millions of billions of dollars of natural resources underneath the soil in Sierra Leone. Yeah? This guy don't come out China.
Unrealized gain. That's
this guy
unrealized.
don't come out China. You don't can a salon and say one for begin mine a salon. We get a license in the mine. And they pay we $5 million every month. For run my country, I need $200 million to run my country.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, give or take. Yeah? Every month, to run my country, I need $200 million.
Yeah.
Yeah? Sierra Leone, to run Sierra Leone, governing 10 million people. Yeah? You might need say you need $100 million every month to govern your people. So if this mining company is in Sierra Leone, you're mining diamond, you're mining bauxite, you're mining rutile, those three commodities, right? One of them is giving you 50 million a month. Another one is giving you 50 million. Say one of them is giving 5 million a month.
Yeah.
Another one is giving 5 million. So you're getting $15 million every month, yeah?
Yeah.
And then you need $100 million. What will you do? You increase productivity.
No, bro, there are different sectors in the country.
You do not increase productivity.
Prez, you got to understand, the country is big. You're not just going to focus on those three mining. You're not just focus on those three.
Where is Sierra Leone going to get money
That's
from?
my point. Everybody had to pay the taxes. You build a system.
But Biggie, you just came into power.
Let me finish.
You're just going to Sierra Leone tomorrow.
Let's assume I'm the president. Wait. Let's assume I'm the president right now.
Have never had a system.
Bro, just wait for me. Let's assume I'm the president right now, yeah?
Yes, right now, 2025.
My mindset is to build a system.
Yes, how can you build a system?
Framework.
You don't even have money. You're going to get begging to the West.
Oh, forget about the West. You see, this is the problem. You build a system for the people. You have to govern your people in your own country.
Yes.
Because you know why? That's the people you have control over, yeah?
Okay.
I have control of my people.
Yeah.
And my people is the petty traders that sells the hats, the bucket, the clothes, the little shit on the street. These are the people that control the country economy. The economy is controlled by the petty traders on the street because that's how Africans built.
Okay.
Because we don't have a stock market, yeah?
Okay.
We don't have the banks that pays, that get... Wait, bro.
Okay,
You don't know.
Go for it.
Bro, this is my point. My point is, you see, you're focusing on the major part of it. But the thing you don't understand is the little guys on the floor are what makes up the foundation of a country.
I didn't invite you.
But that's my point. If I go to Freetown, I become the president right about now.
Yeah.
The first thing is first, I build a system to govern my own people in my country, the people I have control over.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if I can control my people, I can control the Western world. If I can't control my people, I can't control the West. How do I control my people?
Exactly.
How do I control my people? First thing is first, the petty traders, I build a system. Take them off the street. They get them to pay the taxes, get them to pay the GSTs. I'm making revenue, yeah? Secondly, all the foreign companies, I build up a system. This is what you gotta pay. If you find gold, diamond, rutile, bauxite, you wanna export it out of the country, you pay me like 40% tax. If you wanna sell it in the country, you pay 20% tax. I force you to keep the resources in the country. So guess who makes more money? The country makes more money because I'm forced. If you want to take it out, that's great. That's your choice. But guess what? Guess what? If you're taking it out of the country, you pay more money. It's the same thing, foreign taxes. Why do you think when you invest overseas, you pay more taxes? Why do you think Donald Trump is increasing all the tariffs around the world? You know why? Trump is increasing the tariff. He makes sure everything stays in America. You got to understand it's an ecosystem. If you are sufficient in your own ecosystem, you can control who comes in and out. But if you can't control what's within your control, then who are you? If I can't control my household, I'm leaving for somebody else. But that's the reality. The truth of the matter is, when I become a leader of Sierra Leone, first thing is first, have a system in place that makes sure my people in my country are under control. Now, I don't want to control what they do, how they do it, but I have a framework, meaning I'm forcing all the foreign investors to keep the money within the country. You know, let me tell you an example, right? Let's say Sierra Leoneans. If I have somebody who owns a restaurant, somebody who's a mechanic, somebody who's a doctor, somebody who's a lawyer, somebody who's a tax agent, somebody who's a what are the services you need? Somebody who's a cleaner, somebody who's a mechanic, yeah? Guess where the money stays? The money stays within the same ecosystem. Yeah? It's not going out. You know what? The Lebanese, the Greek, the Italian success in this country, in Australia, for example, the money stays within the same ecosystem. You have a restaurant. I'm a mechanic. I am a mechanic. This person is a doctor. This person is a doctor. That person is a tax agent. That person is a tax agent. That person is a lawyer. If I need a tax agent, I go to you. But guess what? The money stays within the community, right? It's the same way I'm going to build my African Sierra Leone the way it should be. The only reason why...
What can you do in Sierra Leone for the money to stay in Sierra Leone?
It's simple, bro. It's basic.
This is a few of Sierra Leone.
I increase the taxes for everything going out of the country. Hey,
export.
If you want to sell it in the country, you want to keep it in here, you sell it to the government, you pay 10% taxes. You want to get it out of the country?
What will you tax get it out of
You want to get it out of the country, you pay 50% tax.
Get out of Sierra Leone?
No. You want to get it out of the country, you pay 50% tax.
What will you export as a government? What will you export?
Bro, I'm buying it from you at 10% tax.
What will you export as a government of Sierra Leone?
Gold, diamond, rutile, bauxite.
Okay, so right now in Sierra Leone, Biggie.
But what we're doing right now, what we don't have control over right now in Freetown is that everything is going out for free. Why would I say?
Biggie, you know what I said to you? You know what I said to you?
Bro, why would you say
you are a businessman, you're not a politician. Don't get into politics.
I'm doing business. Business is, if you see Donald Trump.
Don't get into politics.
Do you know why Donald Trump is successful as in America?
Tell me.
Trump runs the country as a business,
Yes.
not as a politician.
Okay, so that's why he's not winning.
Bro, he came back.
I love Trump, but he's not winning, bro.
Well, how can you be someone who's about to go to jail, come back and win?
Because
wait.
No, it's
how you were on the way to jail?
It's a whole segment of a different day.
We'll do this another day. But how can you be the person that they want to put in jail?
Because American democracy is fucked up.
Just wait. How can you be about to go to jail?
Yeah.
And become the president of the free world?
Because
you know why?
American democracy is fucked up. You asked me a question. That's my answer.
It's a business. Donald Trump was good for tax. Donald Trump was good for people that are making more money. He was good for people that are earning money. He wasn't good for the guys that don't have a job. And guess what? Guess who votes the most? People that go to work and make more money.
Right.
Trump runs the country like a fucking business. If you run a country like a business, what does business do in the country?
That was
profit and loss.
Bro. Let's like Trump run America and all those kind of things. A whole different topic, right? Which we can have.
Bro, I love the motherfucker, man. It's business. Business is business. Yeah. If I rule Africa, I run that. If I rule Sierra Leone, I run that shit as my personal fucking business. And you know what I do for a business? It's look for profit. If I look for an avenue to make profit, I'm gonna fucking exploit it and I'm gonna fucking take advantage of it. You know why?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, people want profit. People want gain. And if you can't provide a gain, you're a fucking loser. Obama was great. Obama was great for Africa, for America, yeah?
You reckon?
But guess what?
I don't think so.
Obama didn't make money for Americans.
I don't think so.
So what they did, they're like, you know what? Biden, well, we do all this white shit. We need the man who's going to make us money. So they brought in Trump again. Because he runs the country as a business, and that's the point. My point is, if every president in Africa, specifically Sierra Leone, start looking at the country as a business, and if you're making a profit for a business, you look at Facebook, you look at Amazon, you look at all these companies, like everybody is about the money. Like even Elon Musk. Why do you think Elon Musk is so popular and is so fucking loved around the world? Yeah. Bro, I invest in Tesla stock, yeah? I hate Elon Musk as a person. But as a businessman, I love that motherfucker as it makes me money. That's my point.
Can I say something?
If we run Africa as a business, that's the end.
Every leader, every politician that got given or is privilege to rule their country, he's accomplished or he's gained a huge business to run.
A country is the business. People gotta understand this.
You know what I mean? So that I agree with you. How are you gonna run your business to give dividends to your citizens? Because you have to give dividends.
That's basic, man. Exactly.
No. Sierra Leone don't have dividends. The citizens don't have dividends.
That's why I need to run that shit.
You know what I mean?
Give them profit.
So you're running a country as a business, but your shareholders don't have dividends.
You know, not every company that trades in the stock market have dividend.
But then you run a failed business.
No,
you should get off the stock
this
market.
is the problem. If I'm selling a share to you for $20...
you should get off the stock market.
Wait. If I'm selling to you a stock for $20 and every year the stock price is going up by $5, so if I sell it to you for 20, next year I give you 25. No, wait, bro. Not every company have dividend. You know that, right? If you're investing in the stock market, not every company pays dividend. You know why? Let me tell you a simple strategy. Some companies
don't make money. We all do shares, bro.
No.
A business will not pay you dividends because they went in the loss.
No, Prez.
Tell me why would pay a company that you've invested into on the share market.
I buy speckies. I buy speculators. We call it speckies. I buy speculator stock.
Okay.
They don't pay dividend. But guess what? I'm buying a stock for $10. and in 2 years, that same $10 is $20. I'm taking that over a fucking company that pay dividend.
Well,
Dividend is for retirement people, bro.
Biggie, you make
Bro, you want to make money. You want to make money, you buy specky stock that doesn't give you any dividend.
That's what we're talking about.
Bro, you go franking credit. Let's not go into that conversation.
Biggie, I'm saying, you run a country as a business. This is your words, as a personal business.
Yeah, it's my money. It's my country.
It's your country. Yeah, it's your country, yeah? And then you're getting income coming in from whatever way you have running this business. Because you're running the country as a business.
I'm running it.
That's my business.
That's my personal shit.
And then, but it's not just yours.
It's mine.
Why is
Because I'm the leader.
Leading what? Leading who?
Leading the whole country. I'm the president.
You have people you're leading, right?
Right. If I came in the country, the GDP was 10%, I bump it up to 25%. I'm making money for everybody in the whole country.
So how are they benefiting?
Right. I'm taking GDP from 10% to 25%.
That's just saying it. That's just on paper.
You see, let me tell you something that
That's
you
on
don't.
paper.
Let me tell you
But
something that's very strange.
How would the citizens?
let me ask you a
your
question.
Shareholders. The citizens of the country are your shareholders.
No, they are not my shareholders. This is the problem.
You just came to the country run as a business.
Yeah, but the people are not my shareholders.
Who are your shareholders?
Let me ask you a question.
Who are your shareholders? No, answer the question first before you say ask me. Who are your shareholders?
The people that makes the most money in the country. Not everybody.
So you came into the country. You
make it into a business.
No. 1 second. You came into the country. You're ruling people.
Yeah.
And then these people, what they have is the business. They might not know how to sell it. And you said you're gonna run it as a business.
Yeah.
They have a product.
Yeah.
You say you're gonna sell it.
You think I want
and
every product?
after you sell it, we're gonna do the profit and the money.
You think I want every product?
What's that?
You think I want every product?
Whatever product they have.
That's my point. I don't want every product.
So which 2 products you can choose? Choose 1 or 2.
Let me break it down for you, brother. This is simple. Yeah. I become the president of Sierra Leone. Yeah.
This guy.
Let me finish.
Go for it.
I become the president of Freetown. Yeah.
Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care about the petty traders that are selling toothbrush, toothpaste, fake shit. I don't care about those people.
Okay.
Those are not my people.
Biggie.
Why? Let me.
You cannot be a politician, bro. This guy.
Jesus fucking.
Go. Tell me.
You need to understand.
You tell me.
Do you think you
You said the petty traders are not your people.
They're not my people. Let me tell you something. You think everybody votes in the shareholders meeting when it comes to Facebook, for example?
No, but
wait a minute. Tesla. You think everybody votes when it comes to share prices? I don't vote.
Okay.
Do I vote? I hold Tesla. I'm a shareholder. Do I vote? No, I don't vote. Do I? The people that owns like but 10. This is the problem.
Go ahead.
Everybody thinks they have the right to do A, B, C, and D, but no, you don't have the right. You gotta allow the people that makes financial decision that have an impact in the outcome of what you do. Say, Kevin Durant. He bought into Paris Saint-Germain, the football club, PSG. People care about his money. He's 5%. LeBron James, he owns percentage in Liverpool, yeah? He's making money off that. He votes. He has the right to vote. Not everybody gets to vote when it comes to shareholders meeting. You are just there because you're making up the numbers. Yeah, you buy maybe 1%, one stock. If you buy 1 stock in Tesla, you don't get to vote. Your vote don't matter. What I'm trying to say to you is simple. Yeah? The reason why these people can afford to buy, like maybe let's say 2% of a Tesla share is because they have a financial acumen to be able to make profit. Now, let's remove this. Let's move this to Africa. Let's move this to Sierra Leone specifically. When I become a president of Sierra Leone, I don't care about the petty traders. You know why? You know who they're buying from? They're buying from Indians. They're buying from India. They're buying from China. They're buying from Turkey. They're not buying from within the country. So why do I care about them?
Okay. And what will you do?
That's my point. The wholesalers are my people. Because if I regulate them, if they start paying the right taxes, you know what they're going to do? They're going to prevent imports coming into the country. Because if you are a wholesaler, wait. If you're a wholesaler, you're importing like tripods into the country. And guess what? You want to pay no tax. So you're selling it to the street traders for like $10, yeah? if I start charging you 10% taxes, you're going to sell a tripod for like $25. So you're forcing the street traders to buy your tripod at a higher price. And guess what happens to the economy?
Tell me.
The economy grows because I am taxing you that is selling it to the lower end people that you're going to pay 10% tax. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to pay me my 10% taxes, and you're going to tell the guy that's buying it from $5, you're like, hey, the price has gone up. Now you got to pay $10. Why? Oh, your government is asking me to pay 10% taxes. While last time they were asking me to pay 5%. So you see how, but you can't control the guy at the bottom, but you can control the guy who feeds them.
I'll tell you something.
This is what we failed in Africa.
Biggie.
We go after the little guys,
Sierra
but the little
Leone.
guys don't control any shit.
Sierra Leone.
Mm-hmm.
I'll rule Sierra Leone with tax-free economy.
Bro, you can't have a tax-free in Africa.
I'll have
Period.
a tax-free in Sierra Leone.
Period.
Why? Why I'll have a tax-free in
How
Sierra
you
Leone?
make money?
I just said to you, bro. We have, give or take, 10 million people. Less than 10 million. You know what that means? 10 million people. The whole population of a whole entire nation is 10 million.
Okay. But how do you make
Do
money?
you know what that means?
How do you make money?
We are natural resources.
Not the 10 million people you're talking about don't have natural resources.
They,
Out of the 10 million
they
people?
do.
No,
the,
no.
the natural resources in
No,
the country
no,
is
no.
owned by them.
Out of the 10 million people, you have 2% that doing mining.
Bro, listen, okay,
But 10 million don't affect it.
listen to me. This is what I was saying to you before.
You hear?
We gotta
Is everybody electrician in this country?
We gotta finish in a second.
Wait,
right?
wait. Is everybody electrician in this country?
No, listen
But
to
that's
me.
what I mean.
But
So 10 million, not everybody does mining.
Biggie.
Bro, I could be an electrician. I could be a teacher.
As a leader, as
I
a
could be
president, my duty is to provide
For the people.
for the people.
That's the 10 million
and
people.
then I have 10 million people to provide for, give them the best life ever.
Uh-huh. But how do you make money? That's my question. How do you make money?
I make money?
10 million
As
people
a
don't give you
country,
money.
You said before, you run the country
As a business. And I cater
and
to...
the country have things they can sell. The country have markets they can sell.
But who's selling this shit?
So listen to me. The government have to be selling this shit.
Government don't sell shit to nobody, man.
I'm telling you, if
Government buy from the people.
if I run it, this is what I would do.
But
Not what you would do.
But are you cheating on the people? You cheating on the people
No,
too?
I'll tell you how I would
Why
do
would
it.
I give you... But listen to me. Why would I give you 20%?
I'll have you, listen to me.
Why would
bro.
I go get a gold
Yeah.
that's worth $100,000
Yeah,
and I know the value
yeah.
and I'm selling it to you for 80,000 when there's
It's
a
not by
foreigner...
force now. It's
when
not by
there's,
force.
No, when there's a foreigner that buys it for...
Take it there.
For 90,000.
Take it there.
That's my point.
No, as a leader, I'm not going to stop you.
But that's-
I'm just going to put infrastructures in place.
That's what I told
Bro,
you at the start. I
Biggie,
told you
Biggie,
if I charge the foreign investors like...
Biggie, please, we're Australian. This is very important conversation. This is not mediocre shit.
No, but that's what I'm
this
saying.
This is what even the president should be listening to this conversation.
Well, you're
because this
cheating
is
on
how
the
we
people.
feel.
You're cheating on the people, bro.
No. This is how we feel.
Why would I sell 80% to you?
Biggie, please. This is how we feel that Sierra Leone should be run so we can go back home. Yeah, this is what the leader is doing wrong. Then what we say here today.
Well, why are you saying that is actually wrong?
Please, what we say here today, whosoever the president is, maybe today, tomorrow, 5 years, 50 years from now, might be able to watch this and say, hey, this is the Sierra Leoneans, this is what they need.
Yeah.
Right? And what we need is to actually have the transparency.
But how do you make money though? You haven't get that. How do you make money?
I'll get there.
How do you make money? Tell me how you make money.
So how I make money is to control the mines, our natural resources. The states, the government, it's not mine, it's for the people. I'm just the head to make sure that everybody gets it. You know, I will control, I will not make it, I will not privatize it. Because when you privatize it, the government of Sierra Leone doesn't even know how many golds are taken out of Sierra Leone right now. The government of Sierra Leone doesn't know how many carats of diamonds is taken out of that right now. So if I'm a president, I'll privatize that. I will not privatize that. Sorry, I take that back.
You make it into government.
That will be a state property. That will be for the states. And then we can then put what you call it, agencies in place to monitor the miners. Okay, Mr. Miner, you the Biggie is the head of Bumbuna mine or whatever mine you're gonna call it, yeah?
Yeah.
Mr. Biggie, last week, because you know that every week auditors gonna come through. How many gold or how many diamonds were mined last week? Listen to me, Biggie. I'll ask you the question. How many gold we mined last week? And then you respond, you'll be like, okay, we have 500 carats, yeah? That's okay. You don't do anything wrong. Biggie, listen to me. You're doing nothing wrong. You're being transparent. You're only mining 500 carats of diamond every week. Give or take. This is a scenario.
But that's government run,
This is a scenario.
That's government run company.
Government runs, yeah? It's a government run. So then that what did I say? 500 carats.
Yeah, 500 carat diamond.
When I sell it into the international markets, will give me $20 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I know I have a bill to pay every week. What are my bills? I have to pay my military people. I have to pay my teachers. I have to pay my doctors. I have to pay my lawyers. I have to pay my judges.
So that means you have to run the country.
Listen to me. So you need to have you need to know your bill. Your teachers. Listen to me, please. You need to know how much you pay your teachers. You need to know how much you pay your police officers. Everything, yeah. So you need to have a budget of how much you need every week. let me just land. Yeah. You need to know every week or every month how much you need to run your country. Right?
Pause.
Now, give me 2 more seconds,
Okay.
right? Say, for example, you know you need $20 million. You can give all your citizens $5. You can pay all your bills. You can have free electricity, or electricity is being subsidized to the point where people paying half of that, what they're supposed to pay. Let me land. So, Sierra Leone have these natural resources. But this guy that is mining this diamond for me is only giving me 5 million. Guy, I need 20 million. What's stopping you to give me 20 million? And then he mark the only reason he will come back with is not enough staff, whatever it is, or this and that. I'll be like, you know what? Double production. If you don't double production, I'll find somebody else.
Okay.
I will make sure that production is being, because that's the only thing we have.
But I think you need to take one thing into consideration.
Tell me, what should I need to take
Let me
into
tell you
consideration?
something, yeah?
Yeah.
You're looking for something that's not guaranteed to find. Correct?
Bro.
I'm going to look for diamond and gold. If I mine for 6 months, I don't find any gold or any diamond.
Bro.
Wait. Just wait. It's not guaranteed, yeah? It's not sitting there waiting for you to go pick it up, yeah?
It is.
It's not.
It is.
It's mining. That's
Bro,
why
it
it's called
is.
mining. Press.
There's a
pause.
system in place right now where before if you start digging, you can know that here, we'll dig, we'll find diamond, we'll go find gold. There's a system in place.
But the question you gotta ask yourself, bro, you gotta understand, bro.
You gotta study Sierra Leone first.
Bro, Prez. You dig a hole.
Yeah.
They say this region have this much mineral, yeah?
When you go to work.
But they're not gonna tell you exactly where it is. Wait, just wait.
Yeah,
They're not gonna tell you exactly where it is.
Yeah.
You're gonna dig.
Yeah.
If I dig for 6 months, I don't find any gold. How do I pay those people?
Biggie. When you go to work, before if you start selling gold, your boss already tell you how much gold he wants you to sell.
No, but we already have.
Your boss already said to you, Biggie, this year, I want you to make me $20 million.
Prez, I invest.
And then you do everything possible to give you $20 million. To give your boss $20 million.
Prez.
So what?
I have the product to sell. You're looking for a product. You're looking for the diamond.
But you don't have a customer. You have a product. You don't have a customer.
No.
When you work for these people, but you have the customer. You have the product. You don't have the customers.
This is a misconception.
Do you have the customers?
In your case.
Do you have the customers?
In your case, what we're talking about right now.
The products are there, bro. Diamond in Sierra Leone. We all know that you can go. You can go.
Pause. This is a thing,
bro. Sierra Leone will have fish. The fisheries.
No. But forget about fish.
Fisheries will give you about $5 million every month.
Let's stick to the diamond, the gold, diamond and gold. Yeah. This is a mining site.
Yeah. Nothing's guaranteed.
You do your essay and you do your geology,
geological survey,
and then you say, okay, this place have diamond.
Yes.
But you know what? You know what they don't tell you?
What they don't tell you?
They don't tell you exactly how much gold they have or how much diamond they have.
Sometimes they do now, bro.
No, they don't.
They do.
Bro.
Look how much diamond they say Congo have right now. They'll tell you a figure.
Bro, if you Google
they say how much diamond Congo have.
They say Congo, yeah?
Yes, you can do that same technology.
Why do you think
yeah,
all these companies doing all these surveys and telling you all these A, B, C, and D don't just point you, hey, don't dig here, just dig there. That's what diamond is.
Bro.
They don't, bro. I'm telling you. They check the region, check the soil.
Yeah.
They check it and say there's gold and there's diamond in this region. Yeah. That's done.
Okay.
They say it's within this radius, yeah? It can't, nobody, if you tell me there's a machine that pinpoint exactly where the fucking gold and diamond is.
Okay,
wait. If you tell me there's a company that knows exactly where the gold and diamond is, bro, I'll invest in every specky companies that I see on the fucking internet.
Okay, so
bro, I used to have a mining company in Zimbabwe. And I used to have a company in Zimbabwe, and I have one in, what's the country called again? I used to have let's say
in South Africa, somewhere.
I have someone in South Africa, yeah?
That was in maybe.
Bro, it took me, let me tell you something. I bought this stock for 5 cents, for 0.005 cents, yeah? It took them fucking almost 6 years. It was just the same price. They said, we'll drill this much hole, and the prices go up. We'll drill, and then they finally found some fucking gold, yeah? And the prices went up, and I sold it. This thing, and I left some money in there, like almost 2K, yeah? You know how much money that I have right now in that share? Right now as we speak? I have $20 in there. And I left $2,000 in there. At that point, at the time when they say, we found X amount of metal in this hole, this is the value of your mining company. It went about 200%, and I sold some of that shit. And I said, I'm going to leave some of that shit in there. I can't even take it out of the ASX market right now because there's no guarantee. So now the question is, if this is a government-run operation, you know what you're going to do as a government? You're going to keep paying all these guys their money. Every fucking month you're going to pay them. But there's nothing being found. And you know what you're going to do as a government? You're going to lose money.
Biggie.
So you need to
We are talking specifically, this is not like a guess. It's specifically of Sierra Leone, bro. Sierra Leone is a country where, like, you used to walk on the street, you pick up diamonds from the street in Kono.
Those days are gone, bro.
They're gone.
Those days are like 20, 30 years gone.
Yeah. So
They're 20, 30 years gone.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say to you, Biggie, 10 million people.
Bro, government can run every shit, man.
In Sierra Leone.
Even in Australia, everything is like the electricity privatized in this country.
What do you think? Like,
bro, even telecommunications is privatized,
bro. Because
government can't do everything.
Because they have a regulation, they have things in place.
Bro, government sells shit. Government say like,
Biggie, Sierra Leone.
Government look. Let's talk about Australia. Government looks at X, Y. No, I'm talking about here. Okay. Government say, you know what? We can't take care of the roads. Let's sell it to a private company, and then they sell it. The reason why things are privatized is not because the government can't run it, but it's too expensive to run it as a government agency. If you go in Africa, me personally, if I become a president in Africa, the first thing I'll do, privatize all these shit. Because at the end of every month, I'm guaranteed to get X amount of money. It's fixed. It's guaranteed. If I sell a mining sector to this company, I don't care what you find. If you find shit, you don't find shit, I need to get 20,000. No, but that's my point. That's my point. I'm privatizing shit. Let me tell you something. Electricity, internet, the mining sectors, the road system is all going to be privatized. You know why? I'm tasking you to pay me money regardless what you find. If you find money, great. If you don't find money, amazing. Guess what? Guess what's guaranteed? My government is getting X amount of dollars every fucking month.
If you get the right deal, if you have the right deal, that's fine.
But that's my point. I privatize shit because privatizing guarantees.
This will be another episode.
We're gonna come back.
This will continue. It's been a beautiful night. It's been a beautiful day, and we'll love you guys watching from everywhere you guys are watching from. And stay tuned and watch the space.
I can't wait.
Biggie, thank you.
Thank you, people coming through.